Hey there, everybody. Rudy J. Ferretti. Your console player of the century. So, before I get started, I didn't have a lot of time to cook dinner tonight, so right now I am having my yogurt and my, whatever you want to call it, fillers. So, tonight, we're going to talk about if, because we know he's already played favorites, we're going to find out if the thug owner of the ill-defunct scoreboard of Twin Fallacies is in fact a racist. We know he plays favorites. We know he takes money out of favoritism, and we know that he's protected others. My biggest concern here and question here is you had Todd Rogers, you had Billy Mitchell, you had several others. Now you even have Rodrigo Lopez finally on the fucking block, which has taken quite some time to happen. I mean, that should have happened a long fucking time ago. It fucking pisses me off. It's taken so long for them to finally get on Rodrigo Lopez. I knew he was a cheater. I saw it in the private archives. I warned everybody that was the stuff I was going to release. There's no reason to release it now because you can see that Patrick Scott Patterson's already destroyed. He's pretty much no longer part of the scene. You can see that Rodrigo Lopez is finally getting his. But I got a problem with all this. Still from the private archives, the stuff hasn't surfaced about Patrick Scott Patterson's Donkey Kong fake score that he tried to submit and was rejected by other referees, which I have seen in writing. Also, Rodrigo Lopez admitted to cheating in the private archives on many occasions, okay, along with a whole bunch of referees trying to collude against me and try to go after my scores and whatnot. But again, why the fuck did it take so long for this to happen? But more importantly, let's look into this a little deeper. Now, I could go to the Twin Galaxy site and read this fucking dispute that was, opened up, and I'm probably going to have to do that because I know you want more entertainment than just me talking about this bullshit. But, how come Billy, Todd, others, and now Rodrigo are being told they've got to prove this, prove that, or they're gone, while Isaiah, who's black, and Jace considers himself black or mixed, not sure where his daddy went, that happens a lot, he protected Isaiah. He protected Isaiah and his scores, despite that a slow, incompetent person verified them in a basement. Walter knew about this. I've seen the archives. I've seen Lance and other people correspond. Nothing was done about this. Isaiah never had to prove that he did the score, never had to fucking show a video. To me, that's race favoritism. Now, I don't want to sound like a fucking liberal here, but the truth of the matter is, that's what we live in, a world of reverse racism. A lot of people try to make it like it's the white man and all this other stuff, but the truth of the matter is, the people with the protected class are the ones that get the favoritism. And that's fine. I don't even give a shit about that. What I do give a shit about is the integrity of scores and this ill-defunct, disgusting scoreboard. Okay? What bothers me is that the thug owner of that fucking score site has favored Isaiah, which we know Contra 3 cannot be done the way that he did it. And even so, he has no video, no nothing to prove it. And would curse people out, threaten them, and harass them instead of proving to himself. And then, fucking Dave, the idiot, commissioner, did nothing about this. He was talked to by Glenn Updike, he was talked to by Matthew Felix, he was talked to by Meme Troll, he was talked to by everybody. Everybody proved that that fucking score could not be done the way that he claimed to have done it. And yet, that score still remains up. I'm glad that Todd got his. I'm glad that Billy got his. And now I'm glad that Rodrigo's getting his. But why the fuck do they get a chance to fucking prove themselves before they get banned, and Isaiah didn't have to prove himself and didn't get banned? I got a fucking problem with that. I got a big fucking problem with that. To me, that is fucking favoritism due to the fact that he's black, that he is very good at lying and manipulating people, just like the fucking thug owner is of Twin Fallacies. And, I mean, as you can see, the picture I posted, which is Fair Use Act, that thug right there, right in front of you, who now plays for the LA Lakers. So this piece of garbage protected Isaiah, protected his score, because he was black, because he was manipulated by him. They manipulated each other. Because Isaiah promised he'd do favors for Twin Fallacies like he did for Walter and everybody else. So to protect the integrity of the so-called defunct scores and score site, that's what he did. That's what I'm seeing here. If I'm wrong, explain to me how I'm wrong. Why would Rodrigo, Todd, Billy all have to prove themselves and still get banned? And this guy never had to prove himself and is still allowed to submit scores. And on top of that, why wasn't he banned on principle of saying that we rob people, that I'm not going to pay people back? I mean, this is the worst person in the history to be considered a role model, who's also in the ill, dirty, fraud of fame as well. I had a bunch of arguments with other people the other day. They're like, "Ooh, I was next to Lonnie, and I saw him play, Joust while I played Asteroids." Okay. Fucking congratulations. You learned how to play 2 games that can play infamously once you learn the patterns. You want a fucking medal? Try fucking doing 200 games like I do. Try fucking marathoning fucking 5 different games in a single fucking year like I do. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. But like I said, we need to get to the bottom of this. It's serious. I mean, obviously, Isaiah's scores need to be revisited. Now, why is this happening? There's no other fucking explanation. Why was Isaiah allowed to go behind the scenes and talk to Dave and Jace? Why was it that was okay? And how come he's still allowed to submit scores, despite they were verified by his slow, invalid ref in his fucking basement, Lancey? I got a fucking problem with that. I got a big fucking problem with that. This is why Twin Fallacies should be shut down. The fraud of fame should be shut down. All credibility should be lost. And I will say it again, I want all of my fucking scores and my history removed from that ill, disgusting site. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I don't know how long of a show this is going to be tonight. It's probably going to be pretty short. I thought about going back and reading this fucking dispute, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this. This is not going to be fun. I know that you guys like me to do these stupid voices and stuff of these low lives that have no life. Keep in mind, some of these people that are in there in this particular dispute are my friends and fans, and I have no problem with them. But some of them are just complete low lives in here, these people. And it's almost like they don't even deserve the time of day of me reading this dispute. We'll talk about the dispute, but talking about the dispute and actually reading the fucking dispute is 2 different things. But being a good sport, and after all, this is my solo show, I guess I kind of got to do what I got to do. I just know this, that I just can't. There's nothing even entertaining about this. They keep talking about clarifying and stuff. I mean, the fucking ill thug owner really turns himself into what he actually is. A fraud, a faker, and a fucking liar. I mean, I just love how when people call him out, he's like, "Excuse me?" Like he's trying to play dumb with people. He doesn't take no responsibility for anything. I just don't understand why they're allowing this and making this happen when, number one, everybody knows that has a brain that Rodrigo cheated. So why is Rodrigo even getting a fucking pass? Why did Billy and Todd get a pass? Now, that doesn't mean anything. I know. All three of them are going to be banned, obviously. Two of them out of the three have already been banned. But Isaiah should have been banned. Isaiah is a known fraud, a known cheater, a known liar. There's obviously favoritism and racism involved. Had Rodrigo, Todd, and Billy been black, I guarantee you they'd still be on the scoreboard. Now I know what you're going to say. Well, Rodrigo's Hispanic. Well, that doesn't mean anything, obviously, does it? You know? Yeah, I know you don't want to hear that. Sounds liberal to you. You know I'm not fucking liberal. I'm a conservative. But in this case, that's what I'm seeing. Because Isaiah is the only person that has score challenged and proven to be fake, as among how it was verified makes it fake automatically and null and void, and yet he's still allowed to submit scores on the scoreboard. Despite he's threatened a gamer in a public venue, he's threatened me, he's gotten up in my face in LA, which I should have ended real quick. I'm so sorry that I didn't. He has not paid people back. He's talked about how he's robbed people in New York. Of course, now that New York's a fucking liberal city and to make it so hard for you to carry a gun, of course robberies and everything else are going to go up from thugs like him. You know, this is questionable. Not only is it questionable, instead of me fucking doing this video, I want you all to stop being pansies and pussies that are watching this, that are part of the so-called gaming fucking community, and get your ass on that ill site and tell these losers that Isaiah's case needs to be reopened for that fucking Contra 3 score. If you don't do it, not only are you an embarrassment to our community, you're an embarrassment to all of gaming. And that goes for people that support me and are my friends, and here's why. I no longer have access to that shit. Of course I have an account on that ill site because the thug doesn't realize that every system is breakable. So I do have an account and I do watch what's going on, and I have been for a year and a half now. He has no fucking clue who I am or when I signed up or anything. Of course, he'll pretend like he did know. I watch everything that's going on. That's also why I haven't said anything yet. It's been quite a while. One person did say some good stuff for me, and he never returned, which I thought was kind of ironic. He never ever said anything else again. Everybody thought that he would. And of course, the first person that went after him was White Sandman, the man who gave Jace Hall X amount of dollars to take control of the site and make decisions for the ill website. But this is the question here. Are you guys going to stop being pussies and pansies and step up and go on that site, call it out for what it is, boycott it, and of course, call out Isaiah and his score of Contra 3? Are you finally going to, finally step up to the plate and realize there is racism involved here? You guys want it to be an equal world and everything else, but yet you're allowing a thug of a person, not because he's black, because he's a black thug, because there's white thugs, Hispanic thugs, Asian thugs, I can show you right online. I just posted a thug right behind you there on that page. Yep, he plays for the Lakers. He's a thug. Has nothing to do with his color. He's a thug. Wouldn't matter if he was green, white, brown, orange. If you don't understand the word term of thug, go look it up. I know a lot of you liberals that are watching this video are like, oh, he's racist. He's insulting. Fuck you. You little pussy pansies think that Baby It's Cold Outside is fucking a rape video, a rape fucking song. And you're offended by a kid in a chair that's black on fucking, Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving. You're all a bunch of fucking lowlives. If there's ever a civil war, it's going to be very fucking hilarious. Morons. Bunch of dopes. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. Get your fucking lazy asses, the ones that, you sit with your dirty, filthy fingers while eating junk food all day long and pretending like you're gamers in this fucking community. Go on the ill website, since you guys have nothing better to do, because we know that you don't, because you're on there all the time, whether you post or not, and of course talking about me and posting about me. Go on there, call the thug owner out for what he is, call that site out for what it is, call out that commissioner for what he is, and call out this bullshit about the Contra score. It needs to be called out, it needs to be reopened, and it needs to be done. I'm not really sure much more I would have to say on this. I think I've said all I've needed to say. I expect somebody to step up to the plate. You guys waste your time on me, somebody who's retired. You waste your time on one of the greatest gamers of all time, when you could be wasting your time on something right now that actually matters. Somebody's ill fucking score that was never done and was verified by an incompetent, slow, and invalid ref, to say the least. In a fucking basement while living together. Boy, we're starting to talk about nepotism here. We're talking about favoritism, racism. The list goes on and on. Why the fuck aren't you losers doing nothing? And again, I'm not saying everybody that's watching this video is a loser or a lowlife or doesn't play video games. You know who you are and who I'm talking about when you look at this fucking screen. You know who I'm referring to. And I know you're watching as well. So, get off this video, go to the defunct site, and get it done. And then, the next time something gets done, I'll praise you for it on my next fucking show. Last show was rated G. There was no way this was going to be rated G. You guys knew for years that Rodrigo Lopez was a fucking liar, cheater, and a fraud, and you did nothing about it. Now that something's finally being done about it, well, you still have an open frame that hasn't been taken care of. Go strike it out, since I can't help you with that. I told you all a long time ago, just like in Washington politics, I could lead you to the fucking truth. I can't make you morons think. I told you a long time ago how bad things were in this gaming community. I told you how corrupt they were. I told you about the collusion. I told you about all these fake people. I warned you about all of them. And now it's all coming to light. And some of you still don't listen. Thanks for watching.